Welcome to the Insights and Outcomes for the Masters in Design and Innovation, presented by the Professional Degrees and Certificates here at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Really appreciate those that are joining in real time today, and also if you're watching this as a recording later on, welcome, and we're glad you've decided to seek more information about our program. Just a quick roadmap about what we're going to be talking about. We will do some quick introductions. We'll talk about who our program is here at MDI, which is our nickname for the Master of Science in Design plus Innovation. And then the kind of topic of the hour, what happens after? What are the career outcomes and pathways after this program? And finally, as at the time that we're recording this, our application deadline for the next cohort is fast approaching on February 1st, 2025. We're going to talk about that deadline and the next steps to apply for the program. So first, let us listen to our friend the owl and share who we are. I am Trudy Watt, the academic director with MDI. My role is to teach in the program, provide the program vision. I help to shape the curriculum over time. I teach, as I mentioned, in our practicum or capstone courses, and I serve as the primary academic and professional advisor working individually with each one of our students in the program. My background is in architecture, design, research. I started a small business in design and have been working in higher education for about the last 12 years. Some of those things all at the same time. So I'm a very interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary person myself. And I am so curious constantly every day in my role to just ask how we can build and sustain the very best interdisciplinary teams to change the world through design. I've taught architecture for the last 10 years of my career at a variety of universities, and my education is all in architecture. As interests, I love to sing in choir. I garden when it's not single digits outside and you can dig soil. And I love working with others to create access to well-being for everyone. So I do that in my job, but I also do it in my personal life. So being a good neighbor and a part of my community is a really important thing to me.
And hello, everyone. My name's Anna Denucci. I'm the enrollment coach with MDI, and a few things about me. So my role is to really assist students and make sure you have a good understanding of the program, make sure it aligns with your goals and your interests. And then I also will help with the application process and help you navigate that process along with like just understanding graduate school and higher ed and what resources and opportunities there are for you here at UW-Madison. A little bit about me. I graduated with my master's in education from Marquette University, and I've done some work in both leadership development and career counseling. So I love to talk about goals and, how MDI especially will help you move towards those. And then some fun interests include just, painting, charcoal drawing. I'm dabbling in some crochet, finishing up a blanket right now, which is great for the single digit weather that we're having here. And then I also love to play around in the kitchen. So doing some usually like cookies or brownies, liking to experiment a little bit with some recipes. Especially I used to work at a bakery, so it's kind of fun to get back into that. And then I also run, not outside right now because it's cold, but I do like to run outside and get out in nature a little bit more with that. So that's a little bit about me.
So thanks, Anna. Now that you've heard a little bit about us, we'd like to share more about the program. Um, what is MDI? And just to remind you, there are webinars that really cover a program overview in depth. So we're just going to touch base on a couple of these things here to refresh our memories, or if it's the first time you're hearing this, to just give you a little taste before we dive into those career insights and outcomes. MDI is a one-year immersive deep dive into life-centered design practice. It's a 30-credit master's program that's completed in 1 year. So our students come in at the beginning of the fall semester in September and graduate about halfway through August. Multiple core courses in design and innovation are conducted with partners to collaborate on real-world projects. So right through the sort of heart of our program are these practicum and partnership-based applied learning courses, where we are working not on theoretical projects, but on things that are going to have an impact on how our partners work right away. When you are with us as an MDI student, you have the opportunity to specialize in one of 4 focus areas. So everyone is pursuing the master's in design and innovation, but that looks a little different for everyone. So the 4 focus areas are product design, design strategy, communications design, and user experience and user interface design. MDI, in addition, is a very unique program in that it is partnered with 5 schools and colleges here on the UW-Madison campus. And those schools and colleges are business, engineering, the iSchool or information, the School of Human Ecology, and the art department. That's really meaningful because that means that our students get to choose elective coursework from across those 5 schools and colleges and also encounter faculty, staff, and students, providing a really unique access to a truly interdisciplinary learning experience. I'd like to share, though, by way of introduction, a video that we put together that's just a little taste of what the MDI students say themselves about how they would describe our program in one word.
Truly multidisciplinary.
It's multidisciplinary,
Diversified,
Open-minded.
evolving,
versatile,
Transformative.
collaborative, connection,
purposeful, creative,
creative,
Very creative.
creative,
Imaginative.
a roller coaster,
Challenging. Multiple choice.
infinite,
So I have to just tip my hat to the MDI class of 2024, who's featured in that video, sharing a little bit about how they would describe our program. To just dive a little bit deeper, I've already mentioned that this is an immersive 30-credit master's program, and this is what the curriculum map looks like. So you can see the 30 credits of the program spread out here across the fall, the spring, and the summer terms. 18 of these credits are required courses. So those are the 3 practicums plus visualization, prototyping, and business. And then 12 credits or 4 classes help you to fill out that specialization or focus area in one of those 4 areas that I mentioned. And again, students take courses across all of our partner schools and colleges to give that breadth and interdisciplinary learning experience. Throughout the time in the program, this is to sort of turn our attention in the direction of how this program prepares you professionally and supports your career development throughout your time here and into your next chapter. Our career development and professional readiness curriculum is integrated into the core classes. So you see those 3 practicum courses, those are those partnership-based courses that only MDI students are enrolled in. So we're able to cover professional readiness and career development topics in those courses. In the fall, we focus on purpose, connecting with mentors, and building your design portfolio, which is an important document for design professionals to have ready to apply for jobs. In the spring, we continue to advance the portfolio. That's a big project, so we support that with a full workshop sequence on portfolio building. We work on how to recognize opportunities. So sometimes opportunities show up as a listing on a job board. Sometimes they show up in the middle of a conversation at, an evening event where you didn't even think you would be talking about, your next career chapter. So we talk about how to recognize opportunities when they show up, and of course, prepare to apply for jobs. We talk about what this looks like, how it's unique for MDI students, and the past couple of years, we've had alumni coming in to really share their experiences in that realm. Finally, in the summer, we love to return to the idea of purpose and to look at how that's transformed, shifted, and evolved since the beginning of the program. And we talk about how to negotiate offers. So there has been a wonderful workshop offered in partnership with the School of Human Ecology for the past couple of years about negotiating all sorts of elements of an offer, but of course, that juicy topic of salary. So we know that that's important to prepare for the next chapter as well. Also, throughout the program, we have ongoing networking opportunities. Two things we want to highlight in this area are that we have a regular event series. That's a public-facing event series where we hold workshops, lectures, and other collaborative events that attract industry leaders and practitioners, not only as speakers, but as participants. So that's an important way that we interface with the industry as a whole and provide regular networking opportunities for our students. And then the second point, which you can actually see in the picture here, is that in our core courses, those 3 practicum courses, we work with a team of studio advisors who serve student teams as both project coaches, but also as professional mentors in the spring and summer terms. And studio advisors like you can see here on the left, Brett Stasiak, Alicia Burton, are subject matter experts and practitioners that can support, again, in both the project coaching capacity and then also in a mentorship capacity. On the right, second from the right, you can see Bruce Mao and his partner at Massive Change Network, Ioma BC Williams, who we're working with in the classroom this year as classroom partners. So there are global practitioners and industry leaders present consistently in our program as well. This is a picture from a project review that we did in the classroom this year. So we were all talking about student projects here. Moving into student backgrounds, because that's really, MDI is a community. So it's really about the people that are in the program. And it's one of the most special things to me as the academic director and as an instructor in the program is the incredible diversity of perspective and experience that is present in the program. The first component of that is that the cohort is global. So the admitted cohort of 2024, which is sort of diagrammed here, represented people from 11 countries of residence on 3 continents. We consistently see that cohorts are representative of people who are applying from all around the world, from all around the United States, and of course from right here in the state of Wisconsin. But even more astonishing to me is the academic diversity in MDI. So here you can see a very long list of different majors. This is a list of the undergraduate majors of the 2024 applicants. We wanted to share this because we want you to know that there is no right path into this program, and that one of the special things is that you will, as an MDI student, be working alongside colleagues and peers who come from a huge variety of backgrounds. So you can imagine in our capstone course, you'll be on a team with colleagues who come from psychology, accounting, dance, Japanese philosophy, management and human resources. So there's this really incredible breadth of experience that MDI students bring into the cohort, and that makes for a really rich and responsive way of working together through design to serve the needs and desires of our partners. And moving into career outcomes. So we've talked about who the program is, who's in the program. Let's talk a little bit about what MDI students can do. So after the program, MDI students emerge with advanced skills in a number of areas that we've highlighted here on this slide. So the first one is communication. We see design and innovation as first and foremost a communication discipline. The hallmark of a designer is that they can communicate visually or through images. They can communicate ideas physically through prototyping or model making, and also speak and write like designers. That's important because that gives you 3 different languages that you can speak when you're trying to build consensus to bring a group of people together around a set of possibilities or an idea that you might want to implement together. We work on collaboration, building and sustaining highly trusting and effective teams. Empathy is at the heart of our practice, which puts the perspective and experiences of others at the center, first and always throughout the design process. We talk about connection or interconnection, which is being interdisciplinary. Very, very often we hear and we see in MDI students that they see themselves as bridges or connectors between. I started in mechanical engineering. I spent a year working in an art role, and I want to use design to connect the two and implement changes at an organization I already work at. Or I'd like to start a business that helps to bring creative systems thinking and this kind of interconnected, interdisciplinary perspective into the world of work. And finally, conducting iterative design work, which means practicing a lot of different methods from the design world, including design thinking, human-centered design, life-centered design, speculative designs, design strategy, product design. The list really goes on and on. We're very broad in our consideration of different design methods that we bring into the classroom. So we've mentioned like what can students do? It would be good to know if employers are looking for those skills in the workforce. So this slide shows what skills are employers looking for, and this data is coming from a post-job fair survey at the College of Engineering, where our colleagues Lennon Rogers and Carly Benish asked the companies and organizations that came to the College of Engineering job fair what they were looking for in new hires, or what were the most sought after skills and experiences. And you can see in the table on the left where I've highlighted in yellow here, number 2, with over 90% of respondents indicating they were looking for this, working with disciplines outside engineering, i.e. interdisciplinary experience. So MDI students have that experience at 2 different levels. One is happening in the core of MDI, where you're working constantly with an interdisciplinary cohort due to the diverse backgrounds of people that are in the program, and also the learning experience is structured in an interdisciplinary way, where you'll be taking classes across human ecology, engineering, business, art, and information. And number 4 here is still at 90% of respondents, which is applying design process, e.g. human-centered or other. That's really right at the heart of our program. So having competency and skill in applying the human-centered design process is highly sought after. And the reason that we chose the College of Engineering job fair is, of course, because MDI is delivered by the College of Engineering. It's a College of Engineering degree. And that's a really huge job fair at the largest college on this, one of the largest colleges on this campus. So great place for us to connect with employers to find out what they're looking for. To put a little bit of really, really recent information on this, we've talked about skills and capacities, what jobs are actually out there for grads. So I won't read each one of these, but you can see that the 12 examples here are job titles, employers, and posted salary ranges for jobs that we have listed recently on an internal job board that we maintain in MDI, where we're constantly scanning what's out there and posting opportunities that we think are well suited for our graduates and our alumni. We really are looking for jobs that are well suited for sort of entry level, immediately post graduation up to about 5 years, because that's how long our program has been around. So we can see different titles here, like design director, UX content strategist, UX designer, experience designer, research affiliate, human-centered design lead. And these really come from across the country. But to be even more specific, we did want to share some information that we have about how our actual graduates are doing. So here we've got some data about MDI graduate starting salaries and job titles. And we should be transparent. MDI is in its 5th cohort. So we are still learning about what happens in our graduates' careers after they graduate. So the first thing that we wanted to share is that our recent graduate starting salaries range between $60,874 a year and $115,686 per year. That is a huge range of starting salaries, but we simply don't have enough data yet to provide a reliable average. But We wanted everyone to know what the range is that we're seeing. And that's based on UW-Madison Stepping Blocks data from November 2024. That's an internal software that we use to track alumni outcomes. And a few examples of recent graduate job titles. So these are actual job titles that alumni are in: Civic Innovation Manager, UI or User Interface Designer, User Experience Designer or Researcher, Product Design Development Engineer, and Program Manager. There are more, but we just wanted to give you a sense and a flavor of the kinds of job titles, especially if you want to do some research on the career trajectories and salary ranges for these types of roles. And I will wrap up this portion of the webinar by letting you know about an upcoming career event that if you're local and able to join us, we would love to see you at this event. We're very excited to be working with Starting Block, which is Madison's startup hub, to welcome Jem Barton, who's a designer and scholar from the Royal College of Art in London, who's going to present a workshop called Workforce Futures. And this workshop is for everyone. We're going to be collaborating together as teams that are mixed up, students, practitioners, industry leaders, academics. And this is going to be a forward-looking workshop on the jobs of the future and the potential for transdisciplinary practice or interdisciplinary practice in the workforce of tomorrow. Our goal with this is actually to develop a library of job titles and descriptions that we can post online as a job board from the future, with the hope that partners and industry leaders will start to copy our language and start creating those job descriptions or be inspired by the job descriptions that we all build together. So if you are local here in Madison on February 20th, 2025, we'd love to see you in the evening. The event goes from 5:30 to 7 p.m. and that's going to be in the Starting Block Cafe. For more information and to register, you can follow this QR code, or you can check it out on the events page on the MDI website, which is mdi.wisc.edu. And with that, I will turn it over to Anna to talk about our upcoming application deadline.
Hi, everyone. So yes, thank you, Trudy, for just giving us a nice overview of, the outcomes and a little bit more on what to expect, especially with career development in this program. So for folks that are interested, maybe have apps in progress or are really excited to start their applications or get ready for that, the deadline is February 1st of 2025 in order to, potentially be accepted for our fall 2025 term. So we'd love for you to, reflect on your interests and think about what questions you still need answered. That's something that you can always reach out to me about. If you have questions about, more topics from this webinar or more questions about what the curriculum looks like or other things like that about the actual program, I'd be happy to connect with you about that. Otherwise, helping you with the application is also a huge part of my job and a big thing that I'm excited about and like to support students in. So be sure to attend our upcoming webinars and events, but then reach out to me directly if you need application feedback, have questions on anything with the application, like where to upload something or, what information is needed from your recommenders, that sort of thing. All my contact information is on the page, and we can always schedule a time to connect directly to. Otherwise, feel free to just give me a call and I'll either pick up or try and get back to you soon, or send me an email with all of your questions and I can get those resources to you.
Thanks, Anna. And thanks to everyone for joining us again, whether you're here in real time or watching this as a recording later. We really appreciate your time, your curiosity, and your attention. So we'll be very happy to stick around for a few minutes. If there are questions, if you want to enter them into the chat, or please just feel free to come on microphone, unmute yourself, and let us know what questions are coming up for you.